we had a chance late on, I can't remember who it was, and I was desperate for us not to score because I just wanted my goal to be the goal. So there's me, Ed Sheeran example, and Coleen said she's walked in, and I'm trying to rearrange his song. For him to say he's going to Barstow, he started well. You just hope that, you know, if he has a few bad games, then he started saying that environment is wrong. As we're walking on, 50 Cent's walked off. So we're just on the stage, me and Rio, like, what is that? What's going on here?
Okay, well, the time is here. This weekend is Liverpool versus Manchester United. We're all back together again. We've got musician and Liverpool fan Jamie Webster with us. So we're going to discuss that big game, which you were feeling quite confident about a week or so ago.
Not necessarily confident. I said it's a good time to play them. I don't think we'd win.
Backtrack.
No. Roll the tapes. Get a HMRC guy to look at it.
We have also got Liverpool fan and musician Jamie Webster with us. So we'll discuss that fixture in a bit more detail very shortly. But Wayne, you've been busy, haven't you? Last week or so. Do you want to fill us in on what you've been up to?
Yeah, no. Coleen's organised an early surprise birthday celebration for me. So I thought I was going to the local pub with about 16 of us, 16 friends, and so we met at my house, and then we were going to go to the pub, which was 10 minutes away, and then 3 helicopters turned up and
casual as you do,
and took us to the lakes in the Cotswolds for 3 nights.
Come on, you're not just giving us that. I've heard that it wasn't just a civilised few drinks.
No, it was great. We had one night was a fancy dress.
Who were you? Go on.
I was Freddie Mercury.
Talk us through the full outfit. Go on.
The outfit, I was high heels, black leather skirt.
Ooh, sounds lovely.
A skin tight t-shirt tucked in.
Oh, Wayne.
What an image that is.
And a Hoover. So I was walking around with this Hoover, like, but my feet were intact. I could actually walk in heels.
Good at walking in heels, are you?
There's a corner of the internet asking for photos of your feet after this.
Yeah, so and Coleen actually slipped in her heels and broke her foot.
Sorry, your wife broke her foot on your birthday?
She needs to learn how to walk.
There's not much sympathy there, is there?
Sign of a good party, that though, isn't it?
No, it was great, and we had different bands on coming out, singing and performing and stuff, and I got up, obviously, as I always do quite a few times. And
you like a sing-song, don't you?
Yeah, love them. But yeah, no, it was good, well, good fun, and couldn't wish for anything better, really.
He knows a lot of lyrics off by heart. The other day he was rapping a bunch of lyrics to me.
What's your go-to song, Wayne?
Go-to song?
For karaoke or with a band or whatever?
What did you perform this weekend as well?
Well, I obviously done Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
It's quite a big one.
Yeah, it's not an easy vocal to tackle.
It's tough. Do anything really. Do yours now and again.
It's right. I was hoping you'd say that, to be honest with you.
Well, to talk us through what else you did at the weekend.
Actually, sorry, it's Me and My Monkey by Roy Williams.
What a tune.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Why can't yeah, I've never heard of that. I was hoping you were... Can you give me a...
No.
Worth a try, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that's my go-to song. But no, it's a complete surprise. I had no idea. So no, it was lovely few days.
Okay, what have you been up to, Kay? How's your tour been going?
Just been working. I'm tired. I've been up and
Has it all been downhill since we were in the audience?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no audience matches up to you guys in there. So yeah,
that's awkward. Because
I did do a question of sport as well last night.
Sorry, just throwing that in. Not the question of sport.
No, at the school. So I agreed to that before I knew I was doing the 3 days. Obviously, because that was a surprise. I'd agreed to do question of sports at the school, kids' school. So it was me and Jimmy and Anderson was captains. And we had a pupil from the school, a parent, and I think a representative of the school on each team.
How did you do?
Not great, to be honest. We got beat. But the questions where we lost it really were a lot easier for his team than mine.
When he's not here to defend himself, that's quite an easy thing to say.
Oh, I said it last night as well. I said it last night as well. But no, it was good fun. Raised some money for charity as well. So
that's the most important thing.
Yeah, it was good.
Other news that's coming out this week, just to kind of catch us up on some of the big football stories. Been a good week for England, qualified for the World Cup. Just a quick word on what you've made of them under Thomas Tuchel and how it's gone so far.
Yeah, I think gradually getting better. And I only seen the second half last night. Obviously, I was doing the question of sport, and I watched the second half, but I was really impressed with the tempo. They moved the ball out of thing. Sometimes in them games, and it was 3-0 when I started watching it, and in them games it can get a bit slow and boring and even like hard to watch at times. Through no fault of the England team, but just that's how the games go. But I thought last night the tempo was really good. They kept the ball moving, had good speed, 1 and 2 touch, and looked really impressive. So yeah, I've been really pleased. And there's been a gradual improvement, and you know, it gives us something now to look forward to. Be interested in what he does next month with the squad, but yeah, I think it's moving in the right direction.
It certainly looks like they've made a good team culture there at England. I know it's something that they were doing under Gareth Southgate as well, but Thomas Tuchel sent a clear message out, didn't he, really, with this squad announcement?
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look like a Thomas Tuchel team as well. But I mean, a lot said about atmosphere and stuff as well. But you've seen title-winning sides before where players didn't even speak to each other. I just think sometimes that can get over-egged a bit. I think as long as the football's great on the pitch, I don't care if they like each other or not off the field. If I'm being honest with you, I just want to see England win games. Yeah,
and they're doing that at the moment, and not even conceding any goals, which is quite nice, isn't it? A word on Marcus Rashford as well, because I wondered what you made of. He talked about an inconsistent environment being to blame for some of his patchy form in recent years. Oh, big sigh from Wayne. What did you make of that?
Yeah, well, obviously, I think the environment hasn't been right. I spoke about this a few weeks ago, but that's down to yourself. Like, if you're not playing well and you're not having a good game, or you get left out the team, then you know, I think it's easy to blame the environment, and whether that's right or wrong and whatever. I think that becomes how you apply yourself, how you know, in games, we've seen it with Marcus, where we know we can do more, we know we can run more. That's nothing to do with the environment. So I think it's an easy one, and for him to say he's going to Barcelona, he started well, and then you just hope that, you know, if he has a few bad games, that he starts saying that environment is wrong. That, you know, I might be wrong here, but I really like Marcus as a lad, as a person, but I think that's an easy one to throw at people.
It's good to see him back playing at his best, though. I think
Thomas
Tuchel's spoken about what a player there is in there. He's seen it himself as well.
There was one point in the match, I think, where he ran back like to try and track back, and I was like, oh, that's what we need more of. And we need players doing other people's work as well. Sometimes pressing for each other and doing that sort of stuff. Because if they know somebody else is going to do it for them, they'll do it for somebody else. And I think when a team works together like that, but I just want to see. I want to see some more flair players in there. I want to see people like Grealish back.
But that's where I think that's what Tuchel's done really well. You know, and he's been brave with the decisions he's made and the players he's left out the squad.
Yeah, what did you make of that? Because he kind of, Jude Bellingham, for example, apparently wanted to be in the squad, and Tuchel said, no, you're not fit.
Yeah, well, he's gone with the squad, which done well in the previous get together, and I think that's why you're seeing Harry Kane was pressing more, pressing harder. You're seeing players running back because they'll be thinking, you know what, if I don't, I might be out the squad next month.
My favourite thing that I saw over the international break was a quote from Jermain Defoe. Did you see this one? So he said, when we were in South Africa for the 2010 World Cup, I think he must have been asked about what you got up to at World Cups. He said, I remember one night I was bored, so me and Wayne Rooney sat in his room and watched his whole wedding on DVD. Yeah, we did.
I told you the reason why, because again, this was me singing. So because I was single, Westlife. And
at your wedding?
Yeah, so I was telling him to get together before, and I was saying I was good, I was half decent. I was, honestly.
Can you actually sing? Are we going to discover that you actually got a hidden talent?
No, so I was telling him the trip before. So for this trip, I brought the DVD. It was when it was DVDs then. I brought the DVD with me to put it on, and then we ended up just watching the whole DVD.
So just the two of you, paint me a picture, just the two of you sitting in your hotel room. There wasn't like a queue of, no one else wanted to sit and watch it with you?
Just us two, yeah.
Jamie wants to say something.
Go on.
No, I've got a wedding video as well. Like, you know, I quite enjoy watching my wedding video. It was a boss night. It was all your best people there, all partying until whatever time in the morning, and obviously marrying my wife as well. And
it's just a side note, just marry your wife. She happens to turn up.
But no, it was boss. I proper enjoyed watching my wedding video. I don't think there's too much wrong with it.
Do you think if you played for England, you'd take it away on international?
I was never ever going to play for England, was I?
Okay, well, if you're going away with your mates, would you take it? to watch with them?
Probably not on a Euro away with Liverpool, no. But you know, if I wasn't a singer and my mates wanted to see me sing, and there's a video of me playing with Westlife, you know, maybe Westlife wouldn't be my choice, but you know what I mean. If you're like, I've sang with Westlife, you know, and you'd be like, go ahead, no, you haven't.
Yeah, I suppose you need proof, don't
It'd
you?
come out, wouldn't it, like that?
Yeah.
And
I just love the fact that you remembered from the last England camp. And then you've written it down like, toothbrush. Wedding video.
Do you know what? I actually can't even watch it. I need to get it moved off the DVD. I don't know how to do it.
Oh, yeah.
someone will be able to
So
sort
that's
that
what
out for you.
someone
mate.
can do that.
Yeah, if you know how to help Wayne Rooney with that, do let us know. Let's talk about Liverpool versus Manchester United then, Jamie. Oh, big sigh from you as well.
Well, I agree with Kay. It's probably, I said, as soon as I come in and seen Wayne this morning, I said, it's probably a good time to play us, you know, off the back of 3 straight defeats. I don't think that's happened under Slot. And obviously an international break, we've got players coming, I'm just saying, most Premier League players, but, you know, you've got players coming from all parts of the world back. They're never fresh. I think some of our players do struggle when they come back from international breaks, players like McAllister and stuff like that. You know, I'll back Liverpool at Anfield, but I think this is, it's a derby, isn't it? When people, it's our second derby, Liverpool Man United. I think form goes out the window. It doesn't really matter. I think it comes down to who wants to fight more on the day. And early on in the season, we've showed a bit of fight, but over the last few weeks, I mean, I went to Crystal Palace and then Galatasaray, and it seemed like the fight was all done at the start of the season. Like the last 3 games, you know, losing in the last minute to Palace and Chelsea, that's something we're used to doing. And when the tables turn on you, that you can see the effect it's got on the players coming off the pitch. And I'm up to, look, it's only a couple of losses. I still think we'll have a good season this season, but I'd rather play someone else than Man United.
I prefer it at Old Trafford. I think going to Anfield, you know, in any situation, regardless of whether Liverpool have lost a few games, we used to have it when Liverpool weren't even challenging for the title, and you go and you had like Dirk Kuyt and Stevie and, you know, these players, and they're pressing high, and the crowds are up at Anfield, and it was horrible. It was a horrible place to go. And I think just with Liverpool losing 3 games, I think that pride kicks in, and the fans will know. The Liverpool fans are not stupid. They'll know, and they'll get behind the team and push them. So for United, I think going there, if United can come away with a point, I think that'd be huge.
I think I'm still like, I've got like childhood trauma from the United teams that used to come to Anfield. You know, when I was a kid, like Fergie's United ruined my childhood as a football fan, you know what I mean? It's like, I remember Diego Forlan, one of the, you know, I think he's done it a couple of times at Anfield, but I remember one of my first games, Liverpool United, and I think it was Dudek in goal who made the slip with one of the, and then it was an absolute screamer, the next goal, and that was a very early apprenticeship for me.
It was a nice one from Raphael as well.
Yeah,
Called it in. Do you remember that one, yeah?
We've had a few as well, by the way. But no, that generation of Liverpool, of Man United coming to Liverpool, and Arsenal as well. You know, they were the teams who we wanted to be as good as, but we weren't quite as good as at the time. And I think a lot of lads from my generation have probably got that PTSD almost of United coming, even no matter.
I've still got PTSD from the last couple of seasons, though.
Yeah. Well, my brother's first time at Old Trafford was when we won 5-0. You know, under Klopp. He's 10 years younger than me, our kids, and he started coming to away games with me, and he looked at me like 3-0. I said, lad, this doesn't happen. So I was like, enjoy this. And we've had a few good, you know, but then again, even in the last couple of years, the cup game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Where you turned it on, it's never, just I'm saying, form doesn't matter in these games. I think it's down to fight. And
I think even though I was saying it was a good time to play you guys, I do think sometimes international break can probably help, like, lessen that momentum. Like, you know, when if you're losing a couple games, having that breakaway sort of might help.
I think certainly for Liverpool, it'll definitely have helped Liverpool and just getting away from each other. Because when you lose a few games, 2 or 3 games in a row, and you end up, you know, this is where you end up looking at a teammate saying, "You'll do my head in." Honestly, and you do, and just having that time away from each other, and the manager having that time away from the players can actually settle everything down. And then you'll have time to think. You go away, you know, you're obviously with your national team, but then you come back, and no doubt at the minute that our back Slot will have his team talk already. He knows exactly what he's going to say to galvanise them after the last few games. Where I think for United, obviously winning the last game, they would have loved the game to have come round as soon as possible. So for United, it's probably hampered United a bit. But at going to Anfield, we used to go, and before every game, we'd say, don't mess around the ball at the back. First 30 minutes, put in the channels, turning, because if you're there and you're playing little passes and the Liverpool team is sprinting after you and the crowd get up, it becomes so difficult to play them.
I remember you scored at Anfield once, and I was in the cop, and some fella...
You never done that phone, did you?
I was going to say, some fella 3 goals behind me, it was Nokia 3310, and it was like, weren't that far away from you, to be fair.
Was that the first time or the second time?
No, that was my first ever game for United at Anfield.
Yeah.
We won 1-0. And
it was in a black kit, innit?
Yeah, I've scored the cob and
done that in front. I remember it.
And I've whistled past me head, whatever. But and then, to be honest, after that, I think I only scored once again at Anfield.
Was it the one where like the half volley?
Yeah, they come off the bar and I scored under Van Gaal. That was, we won 1-0. But other than that, I don't think I've even played well at Anfield. I scored a few goals at Old Trafford, but it was just such an emotional place for me to go and a hard place for me to go and perform.
You see when you're doing that to the cop, what is going through your head? Like, because obviously they're shouting dogs abuse at you. What are you thinking? Did you feed off of it?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
Must
Yeah.
have felt on top of the world, I'd imagine.
No, because obviously I'd left Everton to go to United, and my first game at Anfield for United, and I was scored with 1-0 up, obviously doing that, and you've got like a bit of a strut about you then. And then we had a chance late on, I can't remember who it was, and I was desperate for us not to score, because I just wanted my goal to be the goal that won the game. So I was desperate for us not to score, it'd stay 1-0. And after the game, obviously, walking out and I got on the bus, and I literally went, got by the Rocket by Queen's Town. Yeah. We got there and I got off then, and then I went to Coleen's mum and dad in I think it might still be in Crockett. So got off on by the Rocket, and then stayed in Liverpool, and then I think went for food and that, and yeah, banter and stuff and whatever. But no, when you score the winner against Liverpool, it's special.
How does this derby compare to, because obviously you've played Liverpool Everton as well, how does Liverpool Man United compare?
I think the Liverpool United one it's more deep hatred, I think. Yeah. I think Everton and Liverpool, because it's your family as Liverpool fans, and so it's not hatred, but it's a rivalry, where I think United and Liverpool is more deep hatred.
Yeah, I think local bragging rights, local pride, going on a building site and having a laugh with your mates who you work with all week, being able to, it lasts a week, 2 weeks, do you know what I mean? And then the minute Liverpool lose a game again, Everton fans are down there, throw the minute Everton fans are, But I think over the years, Liverpool and Everton's got a little bit more bitter because of the success that Liverpool have had, and it's become, rightly so, that I was an Evertonian and I'm watching my best mates having all it. You would have a bit in between your teeth, but with Liverpool and Man United, I think, were the two most successful clubs in English history. Liverpool, the most successful still as it stands, but it's got that element to it. Man United have got
I think the cities, Liverpool and Manchester, the people are so similar, so I think that's a like working class down to earth family, so I think that adds to it as well. It's similar cities, similar culture, and
the London-based United.
No, but it's not the same when City play Liverpool.
No,
do you know what I mean? Like you could say that. I just think like the two clubs are just so different. Right?
Yeah, I think with City it was more of a Klopp versus Guardiola thing more than like the actual two clubs.
Well, City, like as a club, City are nowhere near the size of Liverpool or Man United, and now they've been really successful of late, but there's different levels in terms of where the clubs are.
But the thing is, like, if a player plays for City and Liverpool, it's not like a thing.
No, James Milner.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, even at United, Peter Schmeichel, Andy Cole, Mark Hughes managed City, all gone over and played for Man City.
Yeah.
Dennis Law relegated Man United.
But but as in, like, you wouldn't get that with Liverpool and United.
Not now.
You'd never get
Not
that
now.
with Liverpool and United. I just-
It goes back to the rivalry between the cities as well, with Liverpool and Manchester, because of the ship canal, and
Yeah.
you know, a lot of industry and trade came down the road to Manchester once the canal was built and stuff like that. So it goes deeper than that. But I think that the closest person to a Scouser is a Manc. It's just probably dress sense and accent that's different. You know what I mean? And it is. It's. But I like it, me. I mean, I get.
I'm definitely with you on the accent one as well.
Yeah. I get a bit of grief off United fans when I meet them, but then I play gigs in the Albert Hall, in the Victoria Warehouse and stuff like that in Manchester. I get great receptions. And
Yeah, but you don't sing all the Liverpool songs, do you?
no, I wouldn't. I actually, I had a mate who's like a big Liverpool fan, and he knew a few nut job Man United fans, and they were meeting up at my gig in the O2 Ritz, and I got a phone call saying, like, you promise you're not playing any Liverpool songs tonight because these United fans are ready to kick off if you do. And I was like, no, like, it's too sad. I haven't sang Liverpool songs now for like 5 or 6 years. It was more of me way into the industry. It was something that happened by accident, really. It weren't. I always wanted to be Bob Dylan, you know what I mean? Before I wanted to be Jamie Carragher, but then I realised I was couldn't shout loud enough or play well enough. Do you know what I mean? But music was the next thing, and I sort of come up at a time playing covers. Mo Salah song really was what put me where it was, but I was just playing songs by Ocean Colour Scene, James, at gigs after Liverpool games. But Salah had scored 4 nearly every time I play, and Salah is na na la la. You know, it fits in every. He had an album, to be honest with you, before that song went out, and it went from there. But I was always. I'm dead grateful for what I've done with Liverpool, but in my head, to be writing songs about working class life and, you know, me tales from the building sites and me tales from Mizzy night with me mates and stuff like that. That was always what I wanted to be. I wanted to be Bob Dylan. And
I think it's brilliant when you, and I get goosebumps when Molly comes out and she's got your song on and stuff like that. I think that's really good where you've got Scousers sticking together and then you get goosebumps watching it. So I think stuff like that. That's where your music touches, obviously.
Yeah, I've been lucky.
Touches all those.
I've had a load of people like at the start, like, you know, like, I'm not listening to that Red so and so and this, that, the other, and within the city. But then it's funny now because like I had an Everton fan messing around with me the other day, giving me grief, and I was like, do you know that like I'm probably more pally with like some of your players and ex-players than you are? Do you know what I mean? And give me grief over it. It's like Jack Grealish has got a weekend in paradise, neon sign in his house, downstairs in his bar. Do you know what I mean? I've had chats with Rick Wayne and Snods and even some of the ex-players. Do you know what I mean? I've had good days out with them all, and it's funny because it's at one time in my life when I was such a staunch like Liverpool fan home and away, I couldn't possibly conceive sitting down with the likes of Wayne Rooney. I used to see Wayne in the Bennetts, in karaoke by ours, and in the Chinese and stuff like that.
Betting pen would be on me,
yeah. And you used to have a convertible KA. I remember getting out of it
that KA's famous now.
Yeah, after his BMX bike that used to see him round on, and I would never go and speak to him because I was that staunch of a Liverpool fan, even though he grew up a minute down the road. My brother went to the same school as him. I would never, but now you realise when you get a bit older and you go out and see the world a little bit that like, I'm made up that Wayne's when I've done everything he's done, and like other Scousers as well who back me, like Molly, big Everton fan.
Yeah.
She's got a song of mine walking out. And I think that's also ties into the Liverpool Man United thing as well, because we're so proud to be Scousers, and United fans are so proud to be Mancs and Mancunians. It rubs together, and I don't think that's why it's the biggest game in English football, one of the biggest games in Wales football.
Can I just ask a little bit more about how you two did get to know each other then? Because you obviously were crossing paths. At what point did you think, all right, I'll talk to him now, or did he talk to you?
I followed them on Instagram, and then I seen a like from him, and I was like, oh yeah, Wayne's. Didn't slide into
I was actually, I talked to him any day, to be honest.
I didn't realise he hated you that much.
Oh no, I was a kid though, you know what I mean? I was like a young kid.
He was throwing eggs at your house on me.
No, you never went in your own area, like, you know what I mean? You weren't that stupid, but and then Coleen came to a gig in the summer, so it's the first time.
Did she DM you and say, can I come?
I first got a message to send a message of good luck from Crocky to when she was on the Jungle. And like my wife's like a massive fan of Coleen. She loves her, like proper loves her. And like when Coleen was on the front of Vogue, she was like, I got a phone call. Have you seen Coleen Rooney's on the how good is that? Again, about Scousers, being proud for other Scousers, and she come down with the kids and the nephews and everything to a gig in the summer. It was nice.
I dropped them off, and then I was meant to go, and then I was looking at it and I was thinking,
if I'd have known you were a singer, I probably would have called you up for Weekends in Paradise, to be honest.
No, I've actually sang, I actually got up years ago on stage with 50 Cent at the MEN. Years ago.
You're joking.
Yeah.
That's it. I played a festival with him in Glasgow this summer.
Oh, actually, I think you mentioned that. Yeah,
Yeah, I got up, I think I was about 18 or something.
He's 50 now, you know. 50 Cent. I played a festival in Glasgow this year. I was on the same stage as him. And I'd never seen an entourage like it.
Yeah.
And it was that hot. So we had like this.
There's his mate there. I know it's not Biggie, but he's got a mate, massive. They call him Biggie.
I see one of his security guards. He was big enough, like, but they had like this. You've probably been backstage at festivals and that. Normally, like, they have like a big hut for all the artists who are on like the main stage, but then the headliner has their own compound, like dead close to the stage. But it was like July, sweating, and next thing, I just keep seeing all these people running around and stealing fans. And we had this like 2 big blow fans for the community, and one of them got wheeled out, and I was like, "Where's all the fans going, mate?" Like we're at, and he was like, "I've 50 Cent requested every fan on site." And there was this.
I think about the people, not the actual fans.
Well, yeah, there was a young lad, bless him. He was like, I think he was like the one getting the pressure to get the fans, and he was just like knocking on doors. Any fans in here, mate? You know what I mean? And it was mad. I can't wait to be that big one day, hopefully, that I can demand all the fans.
Well, I had backstage at Glastonbury. We stayed in Wayne Lakes.
Oh, yeah.
So we stayed at Wayne Lakes, and then when we went over, so I can't remember who was on, I think Coldplay were on. And walking around, I was desperate for the toilet. I was thinking, oh man. So I've gone in the toilet, the toilet at Glastonbury, absolutely horrendous, the worst I've ever seen. And then, anyway, I got speaking to Marcus Mumford.
Oh, yeah.
So I went back into the artist area, right next to the pyramid stage. And I've only got my own Winnebago there, which I had no idea. So I seen one with Rooney on. I was like, who's that? You told that's yours. This is on the last day as well.
So it'd been there the whole weekend?
I've been there the whole weekend, yeah. And I had no idea. I've been squatting down in the toilet.
I'm an artist and I had to dig tunnels to get into that bit, you know what I mean?
I had to, honestly, I was going down the toilet, getting lost everywhere. I had my own one there.
And like with a dead nice toilet as well, and aircon and all of that, yeah.
What did you do on stage with 50?
Yeah, can we go back to that? I want to go back to that.
What song?
No, they asked for the girl.
Was it just you?
No,
How does this come about?
So they just asked, will we go on stage? And he'll just
Who's we?
say, there was me and Rio.
Oh, okay.
They asked, will we go on stage? So we're obviously thinking he's just going to say, oh, we've got Man United players and whatever. So anyway, we've got to, yeah, no problem. I think we both had a few drinks as well. So we got to the stage. So before we've gone on, they give us a mic each. I'm thinking, what's happening here? So then, as we're walking on, 50 Cent walked off. So we're just on the stage, me and Rio, like, what is that? What's going on here? So like, obviously,
Did you sing?
So then I've just gone, oh, you know what? Doesn't matter. So I've gone to the front and I've just gone, you know. Oh mate, I was just thinking, what is going on? And then Rio's just stood there like.
Did everyone go mad when you said to your unit though?
Yeah,
this was probably the best thing you could have shouted.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and then the rest of it was just a blur, and yeah, no, it was mad.
So you've done everything that like you could possibly do in football, and even now me as a singer sat on the couch, you've done more than I've done in singing as well. Nice one, lad. Nice one. Gary McAllister done that to me once. I was on a show with Gary McAllister and someone said, who's the most famous person you've sang with? To me, like out of music, and I was like, Tim Booth maybe from James. What about you, Gary? Like, who's the most famous player you've played with, or the biggest personality you've played with? You might played with a lot of great players, too many to mention, but being on stage in Madison Square Garden with Rod Stewart, and I was like, you know what I mean?
How'd you beat that?
Yeah, I've never got the best story in any room. I'll have to stop coming on these podcasts.
You got any good? I feel like you're a performer as well.
There was one night where I was opening for Mo Gilligan, and backstage was Stormzy, Skepta, an example.
Nice.
That was a nice green room. It was just a bit mad though. I was just like so.
Speak to them or?
Yeah, I spoke to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still chat to Example now.
Do you?
Yeah, I still chat to. He sends me pictures of his house in Australia and stuff.
I've got another one with example in it.
Yeah.
Go on then.
So went to watch Ed Sheeran play in Manchester. So after the concert, we've gone back to the pub, and Ed's got his guitar out. So then I said, right, so I was getting up for the next song.
Of course you were.
So then I've gone back. He's walked off, so we've gone back and we're in this little kitchen in this pub. So there's me, Ed Sheeran, example. And Coleen said she's walked in to say, but what are you doing? And I'm trying to rearrange a song. And, she said it was one of the funniest things. She said, you've got Ed Sheeran example and you're there, like, rearranging. Oh, it was hilarious, but yeah.
I would have liked to have known how that come out. You could have a career as a producer as well, right?
No, I love music. Absolutely love it. Follow it. Speaking to you before. Used to follow Cast Round, Travis, Oasis. When I was younger, and went to so many different concerts watching them and that. So, and it's weird. Me 12-year-old now, all the music he's into is all like from the 90s.
Really?
And I haven't pushed him into it.
It's amazing.
It's weird, yeah. Like in his room now, he's got all Arctic Monkeys.
But that must come from
Oasis.
you though, without you even realising, because you've got quite an eclectic music taste.
Yeah, no, I don't know. He's just into it. Then he's into all the like dance music from the 90s and all that.
Right. Just banging out
Yeah.
Fatboy Slim and
It's
stuff.
mad, yeah.
Mini raver. I feel like the Scrooge of the podcast, bringing it back round to Liverpool, Man United. I don't know how have we gone from.
Don't think anyone wants to talk about the teams at the minute. That's what it is.
I don't know how we've gone from Liverpool United to you rearranging songs for Ed Sheeran, an example. That's quite the story. But bringing it back round to, who is the pressure most on for this?
I think it's got to be Ruben Amorim more than anybody. I think.
No, I think Liverpool definitely.
Do you think?
I
Yeah.
think the pressure's on us.
I think every game for United is massive scrutiny.
Jim Ratcliffe's come out and said that it needs 3 years.
Yeah, he doesn't believe that. He just says that. I don't know, of course he's going to say that because you have to say that as an owner of a club. You're giving a guy 3 years, but come on, if he loses 5 games on the trot now, he's going to be gone by Christmas.
I think the pressure for this game, I think purely because I don't think United fans will be. I don't think they'll be expecting 3 points in this game. Where in other games they are, I think they'll go in saying, if we can get a point,
we'll
be happy with that. Where I think if Liverpool lose 4 games in a row, and they lose to Man United at Anfield, I think the pressure is definitely on Liverpool for this game.
I think if we lose to Man United, I think people will start talking about us then as like, oh well, it's not their season this season. I think we get writ off personally, but like whether it's right or wrong, I think pundits, papers will write Liverpool off if we lose to Man United after the 4th game on the bounce essentially, which is. It can be a blessing and a curse because it could give people a kick up the backside to go, well, we'll prove you wrong. Or it could start getting into the heads of people, and I think the longer the likes of players like Wirtz go on without goals and assists, Isak, all right, he scored against Southampton in the League Cup, but people are already talking about him not scoring a couple of goals for Sweden over the, and I think once that starts getting labelled on players, we've seen it with Darwin Núñez, do you know what I mean? It's quite easy for that to get into the players' heads. And, I think what Liverpool need more than anything now is probably a 2-0 win, clean sheet, Florian Wirtz goal or assist and an Isak goal. I think like that then could be a turning point for us.
I think when you bring so many new players in, all probably got a bit of an ego in their own way, all wanting to do well and trying to find that chemistry with each other. I think that hasn't quite hit off yet, even though they won like the first 5 games. I think where the last 3 games has probably, shown everyone and exposed them first 5 games. Oh, you know what? This hasn't been right all season. I think it's a good time it's a good reset time button for Liverpool where they are at the minute.
Yeah, I think paper over in the cracks is a little bit harsh considering we won the league last year, and we we've come back from.
But it's a lot. It's a different team. Basically,
It is, and I think that's what it is. I said at the start of the season after the Bournemouth game, I come out the ground and said, look, we're going to have to rely on the old school for the next few months while these players bed in. Problem is, it's taken a bit. Ekitike's been off to a flyer. He looks like a really good young player, but I think I said this the last game of last year when Trent came on for the second half of the last game. Within 10-15 minutes, he'd made 5 or 6 passes, 40-50 yard passes, which just opened the game up with the blink of an eye from 3 or 4 different positions on the pitch. You can't defend that. And teams haven't been able to defend that for 6, 7, 8 years. And likewise with Andy Robbo, even though you'd say he's a conventional fullback, he's not really, because a lot of the goals that you see him scoring, headers at the front post, headers at the back post. You see him, a game against Wolves, he scored on the right side of the pitch with his feet in open play. He'd run through the middle. It wasn't ever, especially with Mane as well, because Mane would go both ways. It wasn't very predictable what we were going to do, but I think now, and this is just for now, and think until we do find the system and they do find our feet, but it's very predictable what Liverpool are going to do. We need Bradley, Frimpong or Kerkez to get to the byline. If we've got any hope of a good assist from the fullbacks, they need to be at the byline. So teams are shutting that out. Then also, we've got to get any joy from Salah or Gakpo. If the fullbacks are going on the outside, that's going to be on the inside. Again, it's easy enough to shut off, and I think that's why you see Gravenberch having a good season, because a lot of the plays down the middle, Ekitike as well. And I think that's the hurdle that we've got to overcome. I don't think it's a good time in the season to play Man United, but it's a good period to play Man United in how they are at the moment. But we've got a big performance that's needed from us to put our season back on track, and I think that's where the pressure comes in, and that's why I think there is a bit more pressure on us, because, like you say, all right, you've had a win your last game, and that's great, but I don't think fans, like Wayne said, they're not expecting to go to Anfield and win 3-0.
We're not expecting to win, but I just think it's got to that stage where, for Ruben Amorim, every game that he loses or he doesn't win, it's always just like,
he's got 3 years.
He hasn't, man.
And also, Kay, we started this podcast in August. You've been saying this every week.
Yeah, I don't think I lost my faith in Ruben Amorim ages ago. I think
then you get it back when he wins a game.
No, I didn't. Like, you could go back. I've not been. I want Ruben Amorim to do well. I'll never call for a manager to be sacked. But I've lost faith in him, and until we string along a couple of wins all the time, I'm not gonna.
Well, hopefully it starts on Sunday.
Hopefully
not.
That'd be some statement, wouldn't it? Back-to-back wins and against Liverpool.
Yeah.
There's a chance, obviously, he can win. It's going to be very difficult. It always is difficult to go to Anfield and win. So I think there's hopefully the players, go there with the right game plan. I hope he sticks with playing the 2 forwards a bit closer to each other, like he did the last game, and goes for it. Because I think if you sit back into the pool, they'll kill you.
I tell you what, I'm glad I'm neutral. I'm glad I haven't got, because both of you, I can feel the nervousness from both sides here.
3 games on a bounce, it hasn't happened to us in a few years. Do you know what I mean? It's hard, but I think if you're asking the fan in me, I do, and even the footballing brain that I've got, which isn't great, but I still think Liverpool will probably do the business. But it's just the scepticism and the PTSD of the United teams over the years. To be honest,
I always get nervous around United Liverpool games anyway, even when we were good.
Okay, even when we were good. Okay, well, that's where we'll leave it. Jamie, thank you so much for coming. Are you going to the game?
Yeah, I'll be going.
That's why you're so nervous. Okay, that's where we'll leave the show today. Thank you, as always, to everyone for listening and watching. You can watch the Wayne Rooney Show on the iPlayer and the BBC Sport YouTube, and you can listen on BBC Sounds.